Hey everyone, welcome back to Bee's Kitchen. Hoping you're all doing well. I am back with a new recipe. Today I am going to show you how I made these delicious golden spring rolls. Stay with me and let's get started. To make my spring rolls, I will be using some vegetables, and the first vegetable which I'm going to prep is my cabbage, which I have washed and sliced it into two, and I'm using the other half for my spring rolls. So using a sharp knife, I'm just going to go ahead and slice the cabbage into shreds. Once I have finished shredding my cabbage, I'm just going to place the cabbage in a bowl. I'll set this aside for later use. Next, time to prep my carrot. I have washed my carrot in water, and now using a vegetable peeler, I'm just peeling the outer layer of the carrot. Once I have finished peeling the outer layer of my carrot using a grater, I'm just going to grate my carrot, and as you can see, I have finished grating my carrot, and now I'm going to go ahead and place the grated carrot in a separate bowl. I'll set this aside for later use. Next, I'm going to dice shallots and garlic, and I'll set this aside for later use. Now that I have worked on my vegetables, now time to work on my protein, and for the protein I will be using king prawns. I bought these king prawns from my local supermarket. I bought it frozen. I left it in water to allow it to thaw, and now using a sharp knife I'm just going to go ahead and mince the king prawns. I have finished mincing my king prawns, so I'm just placing it in a bowl, and next I'm going to season the minced king prawns with Himalayan salt, white pepper and black pepper. I will then go ahead, mix everything together. I will set this aside for later use. The final item which will be going into my spring roll is this glass noodle. Now I purchased the glass noodles from my local Chinese supermarket, but you can certainly buy it from your local supermarket in the world food aisle. I like adding this glass noodle to my spring rolls because it makes the spring rolls filling and also is low in calories. I have added hot water to the glass noodle, and I'm just going to allow it to sit for about 3 minutes. This noodle doesn't take too long to cook at all, so try not to overcook it. 3 minutes later, I'm going to go ahead and drain the water from my noodles. Using kitchen shears, I will cut through the noodles, and next I'll set the noodles aside for later use. Time to saute all the vegetables. In my wok, I'm just adding 1 to 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, followed by the diced shallots and garlic. I'm going to allow this to simmer on low to medium heat until it is nice and fragrant. I'm now going to add my shredded cabbage, and I will allow the cabbage to simmer on low to medium heat for 5 minutes whilst consistently stirring. I don't want the cabbage to burn, and also try not to overcook your cabbage. You just want the cabbage to be nice and tender. Now at this stage, this is exactly what you're looking for, so I'm going to go ahead and add the shredded carrot, and I'll continue to mix everything together. I'm still doing this on low to medium heat, and I'm just going to allow the cabbage and the carrot to simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, I'm going to add my cooked glass noodles, and I'll mix everything together well. And as you can see, everything has mixed together really well. So I'm going to go ahead and add my seasonings. And for that, I'll just be using black pepper, white pepper, fish sauce, and some dark soy sauce for some color and flavor. As I always say, guys, feel free to season your spring roll mix using your preferred seasonings of choice. Once you've added all your seasonings, mix everything together well, turn off your cooker and just allow the filling to cool down completely. You're probably wondering, why do you have to allow the filling to cool down completely? And this is because you're going to add the minced king prawns. Now, if your filling is still hot and you add your minced king prawns, the heat will cook your king prawns, and that's not what you want. This spring roll will be fried anyway. You don't want to double cook your king prawns, otherwise it will be rubbery. Once you have added the minced king prawns, go ahead and mix everything together well, and then that's it, guys. Your filling for your spring roll is ready. Now, before we go ahead and put everything together, you're going to add plain flour to a bowl, gradually add water, mix everything together until you have a nice thick consistency. This is what you're going to use to seal the spring roll. And now it's time to put everything together, and for that you're going to need spring roll sheets, of course. I purchased this from my local Chinese supermarket and I'm using the medium size. Feel free to use the large size, but try not to use a small size, otherwise you'll be rolling your spring rolls forever. Now, when it comes to spring roll sheets, once you open the pack and you leave it out, it will completely dry out. So to ensure that my spring roll sheet does not dry out, I have a clean kitchen towel which I have soaked in water, and I've placed my spring roll sheet in the middle. And once I peel one of the spring roll sheets, I'm going to go ahead and ensure that the spring roll sheet is nicely tightly covered, and the moisture from my kitchen towel will ensure that my spring roll sheet does not dry out. So now that I have one sheet ready, I have placed this in a diagonal shape, and now I'm going to begin by adding my filling to the pastry sheet, and try not to overfill your pastry sheet as well, especially if you're using a medium size, so that when you roll it is nice and tight. So as you can see, I'm just rolling my spring roll sheets. I'm folding the one side over and I'm going to fold the other side over. I'm going to roll, and then to seal I will be using the plain flour at the end. And as I said in my previous video, when I made the prawn roll, using the plain flour mixture is a lot better than just using water to seal your spring roll. And as you can see, it is done. It is looking really nice and cute. So I'm going to repeat the same steps. I'm going to just go ahead, open my kitchen towel, peel one sheet of the spring roll sheet, and then I'll repeat the same steps. And this is exactly what you have to do until you no longer have any spring roll sheet left. And guys, I have finished rolling my spring rolls, and as you can see, it is really well rolled. I'm very happy with this. So because I'm not going to fry all these spring rolls today, I'm going to go ahead and place majority in a freezer bag and place it in the freezer, and as and when I want to deep fry some, and just take it out of the freezer and go ahead and deep fry. So as you can see, this is it. Now for the ones that I'm going to enjoy today, ensure that you have added enough oil to a pot. The oil is nice and hot. Go ahead and add your spring rolls. Deep fry the spring rolls until it turns nice and golden. And guys, the spring rolls are ready. Look at these beauties. Why waste your money buying spring rolls from your local supermarkets or even your local Chinese takeaway when you can make it yourself and it would taste 10 times better? Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so. Don't forget that notification bell as well. Now look at this beauty. I am going to break it so you can see how good it looks inside. Also listen to the crunch. Oh my goodness, I am going to enjoy this by dipping it in my sweet chili sauce and just enjoy. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye.